Let's see if this will record today. So turning, 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 turn. Do one more and then we'll do the other hand. Right, so I'm switching from my right hand to the left. So as I turn, it rises. Turn to the front, turn to the back, and turn through the waist. And turn, 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 turn. Yeah, make big turns of your waist. Relax your breathing. Other hand is just gently resting on my hip. Right. As my arm passes my body right over here, it gently brushes my body. Right. I want to feel the inside of my forearm gently rubbing, creating this friction. Right. Stimulating that area, relaxing my kidneys. I want to feel my fingertips gently pulling and leading the movement. And I want to feel my waist turning, so turning, turning, turning. Okay. Okay, so like I said, just relax in between. Okay, so easy to do variations, and then you can just do one at a time. So one back and then one forward. Practicing that transition. Right? One back and then forward. Until you can feel that swing. Right? Every time you transition has a little swing, just relax. If you need to, take a slight pause. So just learning to go back and forth and get used to that little swing, that little circular transition. Yeah. So even slow it down. Right. So forward, rising, fingers rotating out, scooping, and rotating. Right. When I come here, when I do two hands, I'm not going to pull my arms back. Right. It's right here. It's going to rotate already. Right. So this is right on the side of my hip. And it circles right through my hip. To get my arms to come further back, I need to turn my waist. Right? So for instance, if I turn my waist here, right, then this hand has come back, right? This hand has come forward, but it's still in the same position. I'm just turning my waist. Right? I don't know what it is, the way our mind works, this coming forward is always a little bit more confusing for some reason. Yeah. Okay, and then going back, same thing. Relaxing, drop my shoulders and elbows. See that nice little tight circle? So this movement just by itself can just help to loosen up the shoulder blades from there. Okay. All right, so that's the basic movement. So, try that. Is that too heavy for you?
Yes.
Try it. Just try it slowly. You have to turn your waist. Right here, drop your shoulder. There. Keep the elbow, tuck the elbow in. There.
It's heavy.
Yeah. Okay. So you can get some kind of object. It can be light to heavy. This one just so happens to be 3 pounds. This is something I found at Ross a long time ago. Just a small little medicine ball. Looks like a small little basketball. I can pump more air in it. I can let it get really large. Right now I like this one. It's soft. I can grip it. And add some weight, and it's circular, so I can move. But you can use anything. Yeah, you can use a can of soup. Just take your time. You just have to turn your body and relax. And as you come to these movements, drop your shoulder down. Right? You don't want to lift and have that resistance here. You drop everything in place and turn your waist. Relax. Right? The idea is not to fight, but to learn how to go with the movement and let it tone those muscles and coming out. Okay? So learn to hold something, and then after you hold something, where is it? Here. So today, what I'd like you to do is see if you can find some kind of stick. Yeah. And we'll play with some kind of object, some kind of stick. So it can be anything, it can be a chopstick. Right? If you got a cooking chopstick, just don't poke your eye out. Well, don't poke your partner's eye out from here. So do the same movement. Yes, so just find something to hold. Right? And just a loose grip. So it can be I got PVC pipe all over the place. Oh, I love PVC pipe. So I got PVC pipe all over the place. And PVC pipe is fun because it's cheap. You just buy a cutter or hacksaw and you can make different lengths. And if you're worried about safety, and after you cut them, you just sand them down. Well, this is not the right one. Right? You can just put these little caps on top, yeah? So it's not this straight edge like this from here. You can just round it off with a little cap or something. Or you can put foam on them. But anyway, let me start with the chair. Okay. So just hold it loose, right? No death grips, just loose. And as you come through, right, because it's long, although your palm is here, has cleared your waist, the object hasn't cleared your waist yet, right? So you have to draw this back a little bit more. If you don't turn your waist, then you're pulling, and this is not good. But if you turn your waist, then it'll clear. So you have to turn your waist and just let it drop down, right? And then you can do the movement and turn your waist. Yeah. So with a short object, right, it's a little easier, but if you have a long object and you don't turn your waist, you're going to constantly be hitting your body. Okay? So even on the seated, I have to turn my waist, then I have to draw it away from my body, then turn, let it flip away, and draw it back. Draw it away, right? Turn my waist, they'll go out about 45 degrees. And keep the arm extended so it stays away, and draw. So turning the waist becomes really important, right? If I don't turn the waist, I'm just going to screw up my shoulder joints, and I'm going to constantly be hitting myself or other objects. And both ways, right? So again, turn my waist, turn my waist. So right here, if I don't turn my waist, oh, I'm going to stab myself in the head, right? If I don't turn my waist. But if I come here and I turn my waist, and I turn my waist, and I turn my waist, circles and turn my waist, and right here it's going to bind, so I make sure I drop my arm. Okay? And you hold your hand loose, right? Don't death grip this thing. Hold your hand loose so you can feel the teacup. You're still holding the teacup. Right? Right here. Okay? So this is a fan. You can buy these fans cheap. Well, I'm sure everybody has a fan at home. And oh, fan is so much fun to play with. Okay? So if I have a fan, right, now I have a wide area, right? So I have to roll the teacup a little bit differently, right? I have to turn that teacup like this. Turn it away from me. Spiral, so it turns away. Right? Turn. Teacup, turn. 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 Right? And as long as you turn your waist and relax your shoulder and let your arms swing in a nice big circle, right? You shouldn't hit yourself. Okay, so going back and then coming forward, turning, turning. And right here I have to turn Keep that nice big circle. Turn, teacup, turn, open, turn, so it comes back, and teacup. Okay? So again, if I'm just trying to move my arm, oh, I'm going to hit myself, or it's just not consistent. But if I turn my body and just let my arms fold and unfold, it can come through. Okay. So if you practice teacups, it doesn't look like much at first. And then if you just hold a little bit of resistance, oh, then it just looks like physical exercise, right? Oh, creating circles, but they got that. And then if you hold a short stick, it looks like something, but you're not quite sure, but it starts to look like a paintbrush, or starts to look like taiko drum, right? And if you hold a longer object, it's like, oh, it takes a little bit more skill. You have to turn and take your time, and it's still safe. You might feel it brushing your body. But if you use a fan and you open the fan, right? Oh, all of a sudden the same movement is a fan dance, right? It's like you do the same movement, you just do different objects. And if you put a fan in your hand, wow, Grandma, when did you learn how to do that fan dance? Wow, that's so cool. Oh, Gung Gung, wow, can you teach me that? Right? All of a sudden, it's the same movement. Right? All of a sudden, you're an artist. You're a dancer. Right? And then if you start walking, right? So if I go open hand and I just walk in a circle, right? Just take my time. Right? Do the same drills, but all of a sudden I'm walking in a circle. It starts to look fancy. I'm just layering what I'm doing on top. Oh, if I put the resistance bands on top, right? I get therapy. But if I do it with a fan, right? When I do it in a fan and I walk in a circle, just even one hand, right? Just taking my time. Oh, I'm a fan dancer, right? And turning, you can just let your waist turn. You're going to feel all these turns come out. Right? Just pick your feet up, straight up and down. Right? Don't drag your feet. And easy to just turn and just practice. And take your time. Walking in a circle, you can get dizzy. That's the only thing. But, right? Oh, it looks like, wow! I'm doing the same thing, right? If I take away the fan, doesn't look impressive anymore. If I do a stick, looks interesting. Right? You can start to see, oh, it's yeah, looks interesting. Oh, might look a little bit martial. But if I change the PVC pipe, oh, where is it? Where is it? Oh, I'll just use this one, right? If I change my PVC pipe to my sword, right? And I do the same thing, all of a sudden it looks like, wow! But what am I doing? I'm doing the same movement. Okay? I'm doing the same movement. And if I start walking, I'm doing the same movement. This is just one teacup with one rotation. Okay? So learn the teacups, left and right, back. Just hold a simple object at first, right? And you can use it for therapy, add a little bit resistance, not too much. Right? Learn to do one side, learn to do forward and backwards, do the palms together, do the palms separate. Right? Learn to turn the waist, just turn the waist, just wiggle that waist back and forth, right? And then start holding an object. Right? So this is one of my favorite objects to hold. Everybody knows what this is, right? So in between I can scratch my back. And that's why if you do something like this and you go back and watch Kung Fu movies, especially Run Run Chow movies where everything is a weapon. So if you learn Teacups, you can just be playing, but people will think, wow, you're doing Kung Fu, oh, beautiful Kung Fu. And then you realize, oh, Teacups is like this general exercise. This one movement forward and backwards, all of a sudden translates to everything you do. So if you learn Teacups, you have to walk around an object. Oh, it's Teacups, right? Your hands get out of the way. You're walking through the store and you're navigating through Costco and it's busy and there's shopping carts going every which way, right? You just think, oh, you're just teacupping around things, right? Oh, grab an object, oh, put it in your cart, teacup. Oh, grab another object, whoops. Oh, somebody's trying to steal something from your cart. Oh, get it back. The other day I grabbed somebody's cart by mistake. I came out and we both walked away from the cart. I started pushing the cart and, why is my cart so heavy? Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, all of a sudden anything, yeah, from here. But if you use this object, right, use a safe object, you'll see how you have to turn your body so that you don't hit yourself with the object. Yeah. And it's just a lot of fun. If you get used to it, you can practice doing that. Right? You can practice that while you're holding the fan, right? Opening and closing. Whoops, there. Yeah, from there. So it all comes back to just learning teacup movement. Turning the waist and turning the waist. Okay? And part of the drill is together, same, and then start mixing them up, and eventually, right, one hand up, one hand back, and then switching, right, one other hand up, other hand back, and switching. Okay, but we'll leave that drill for another time, but that's what you want to be able to do. Okay, so just reviewing again, right? Start with two hands, or you can start with two hands together, back, and then forward. And maybe just 3 times, back and forward, and dropping to 1 time, and then 1 time. Okay, and then doing single, right, and single, and single, and single, right? Relaxing, keeping the shoulder joints relaxed, and learning to turn the waist, right? And taking your time, right? Just taking your time. Big movements or small movements, and continuous. When you go continuous, both hands are actually moving at the same time. You can feel the other hand moving, right? And just switching, learning how to switch. Okay? And then starting to hold objects. So one of the challenges I do for myself is I do kettlebells, and I'm trying to rehab my left shoulder. My left shoulder is very weak, so the kettlebells will expose that. But because this is heavy, right, if I do it wrong, it's too much strain. So I have to just take my time, keep the shoulder down, keep everything tight. It's the same movement. Turn my waist. And the interesting with the kettlebells is because, as opposed to holding something here where the center balance stays in my palm, if I hold the handle, the center balance is constantly shifting. So depending on what you want to do, sometimes I want that challenge where that center balance is constantly shifting. Okay? And you can get like 1 pound kettlebells. I have various weights over there. Okay? So Teacups is a really nice exercise for movement, for therapy, just for all kinds of things, just to play with. Yeah, from that. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping the grandchildren will learn Teacups. But it for sword, right? If you're doing sword forms, I know some of you learn a Taichi sword set, but maybe you don't have a drill. So if you do Teacups, right? If you do Teacups, all of a sudden you have a sword drill. And if you learn how to pass the sword from hand to hand, all of a sudden you have a sword drill. Right? If you have a fan, all of a sudden you have a fan drill or something. Okay? All right. So relax, and then we'll end. What time is it? Yeah, oh, just in time. Yeah. Oh, a little bit hot. Okay, so that's Teacups. Simple movement, right? Just simple movement. Just imagine teacups, candle dance, coconut dance, 2 hands back and forth, together, separate, sitting, standing, walking around, holding an object, light to small, short to long object. Yeah, and just taking your time, right? Not overdoing it, being safe and such. Okay, so standing or seated, just relax. If you're in the chair, towards the front, feet in front of you, relax all the joints, get everything aligned, relax the belly, and calm your breathing down. Let's do 3 times, 3 gatherings, in and out. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Rest your hands on your lap. Bring your palms slightly together. Drop your shoulders, fingers straight up, but relaxed. Drop your shoulders, drop your elbows. Feel the top of your head slightly being pulled up, while relaxing the hip, while letting the legs fall to the earth. Gently close your eyes. Relax your breathing. Just take your time. Okay, slowly open your eyes. Okay, rub your hands together, fingers in and out of each other. Loose, nice and loose. Make sure they get inside, in between. Yeah? And you can make circles while you're doing it so it wiggles a little. You can warm up your eyes. Just in front of your eyes, center of the palms. Just enjoy the warmth of your palms warming up your eyes and your face. Okay, then lightly comb your hair front to back, just the fingertips, lightly working from the center to the outside, front to back. Just do 3 times. Okay, and then lightly tap with your fingertips, front to back, center to outside. Same thing, 3 times. Okay, tap the back of your neck, up and down, and drop your elbows and use your fingertips to pull those muscles away from your spine, away from your cervical. Just work your fingertips up and down, keep your shoulders down, your elbows down. Move your neck side to side, front and back. Okay, unroll your ears, pull up, gently pulling up and slowly working down to your earlobes. Till you pull them all the way down. When you pull them down, start from the top and gently pull them down. Yeah. Okay. Okay, top shoulder, joint outside, top, inside, and underneath 3 times. Gentle slapping. When you do the slapping, wrist should be nice and relaxed. Oh. Yeah. So if you missed it in the beginning, Lanakila is going to start a soft opening tomorrow. But just remember, everything is by reservations. So if you want to start the in-person classes, check the emails or call the center, but you have to reserve a seat because they only have a limited amount of seats. Yeah. Okay, pull the heels up. We forgot this one. Relax, just relax it straight. Pull the heels up. Just the tip of the toes should be touching. Relax the upper body. Yeah, stretch the bottom of your feet. If you feel it starting to cramp, just relax and let it go. Just like that, my right side's starting to cramp. So this can really help to loosen up the fascia over time. You can do it every day or even just several times a week. It can help, and it becomes a maintenance. Okay, hands up, breathing in. Feel every vertebrae opening, every joint relaxing and settling. Calm your breathing down. Just using your mind to gather the chi up. Just imagine you can feel it in your palms, that light resistance, like just moving. Okay, left hand, your left hand, fold your thumb. Your right hand, loose fist, yeah, and right here on top, you create this roof. Yeah, don't go like this. Relax, yeah, from there. Okay, so that's our Tai Chi for health salute. Okay, so watch for a message from me about next Sunday, because I really don't know if we're doing anything for Mother's Day. I know we're going to do something. I just don't know if it's going to interfere with this class or not. Yeah. And I put the query out to her children. Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be a big gathering, if I'm going to end up cooking.